So Vivian and I are both Ugandans. We are born and raised back home in Uganda, and we are now living in the US. So we have crossed the ocean, but we still love it here, and then we miss it back home. And Sam has also lived in Uganda for about 3 years plus. So he has both experiences living in Uganda and living
Ugandan
here.
by marriage.
And he's actually more Ugandan than you are American, because you've been here close to a year. He was in Uganda for 3 years. And Sam is a husband to Vivian, just in case you were wondering. So today we're just sharing nothing serious, just from my experience, what we do not miss or did not like so much living in Uganda. And like the last video, we're going to begin with today's gentleman first.
The things I do not like. Okay, well,
Say it the way it is.
I would start with how it's, you don't get a lot of personal space, you know. Sometimes people are always watching your moves, wondering what you're doing. If you don't leave the house, they're saying, "Are you sick?"
Because I relate to that.
What is wrong? Every
Like,
day.
I
You
just
just
need
want
a
some.
minute to breathe.
Just let me be home. Don't want to be bothered.
That's so funny.
You sometimes even just want to hide behind your couch. Act like you're not even home. Even though they're not.
They knock and you don't respond.
I didn't see that coming, but I can relate to that.
True.
So
Sometimes it's too much.
You just need your own time.
to think, like I'm fine. Like, are you sure?
Just be myself.
Are you sure you're fine? I just need to know, because I can bring you some water.
Oh, that's so funny.
Vivian, what don't you miss?
What I don't miss is I don't miss.
You don't miss that,
Unstable
the
electricity.
unstable power.
The time when you need the power, that's when the electricity goes out. I like that there's so much light, constant electricity here.
Yeah, if it's gone, then that can be fixed within a few, unless there's a storm or something. And yeah, that's actually a good thing to think about, because that's how you're able to store all your leftovers.
Oh, just imagine.
In
Yeah.
Uganda, you just
Here.
scoop from the plate and throw it in the trash, because you can't. If you made it in the morning and you didn't eat it, then you're going to throw it away, because power, you don't know if power is going to be on.
True.
People here get so shocked when power goes out.
I know.
You've been around when that happens and people go, "Ah!" They'll scream out. But in Uganda, it's so common.
Yeah,
Nobody
like
knows.
Like just become.
It's just like part of conversation.
Power is good enough.
Okay.
And it actually went off once, and I was working, and I was also shocked. Yet I was born in Uganda, where power goes off every now and again.
Anytime.
But I was so shocked, and I started making phone calls. I was like, power is gone. But also it's because the work I did depended on the power, so I had to make phone calls to my supervisor, telling them I'm going to be off, so I need to be clocked out, and a lot of things, which is why explains why power is always constant, because everybody's working on the clock. No time to waste.
No.
Is it me?
Yep.
Things I don't miss is people not keeping time. What happened to us Ugandans? So I'll give you an example. You will make a party and you say, everybody come by 3 p.m. My friend,
You said
these
3 p.m.
people
in
are going to
Uganda.
come at 7 p.m. You said 3.
Subtract of 3 hours.
Right.
3 p.m.
So what I do now, if I used to do live videos and then tell people the time we're going to go live. This is live. I'm going to be clocked in and waiting for you. And a couple of my good friends, they will show up 15 minutes or 20 minutes late, and I'm on the live stream saying nothing because I'm stuck waiting for you to show up. So guys, please be on time. This I learned, I think, from my even before I came here. I used to work at a place where there's so many people from different places. I think I learned that when we were doing one of these coachings we used to do. He always told us time is part of schedule, like make it a part of you, like it's part of your work. If you're not going to come on time, I'm not going to pay you. And it sunk in, like I think from then, but that's something I don't miss so much about.
Back to you.
Back to Sam.
This one's gonna be big, of having to maybe pay extra for things. Maybe things don't work the way you anticipate them to. That can be a bit frustrating,
especially for you. And I can clearly say that.
You never know what will happen.
They treat you, they want to give you a price for the international, then there's a national price. That can
calling
be
him Muzungu.
Muzungu too. I remember sometimes Mike would be traveling and they want to charge him twice the price I'm paying. We had to stand our ground many times and say no, but it's very uncomfortable.
Well, in traveling across country, you get stopped by police a lot more than here. You don't get even bothered by police here. But there, they want to see. What is this?
They call it Kitukidogo. And it's sad because I experienced that even when I was in Kenya. When I was in Kenya and we were traveling in an Uber, we were stopped by a police person and they were negotiating with the driver, but I badly went to get to the destination. I was like 10 minutes almost late, and these guys were going back and forth, and they were so frustrated. You know how Uber is, you're not gonna do anything, you can't jump into the seat and drive. So this is, I think, more of like an African thing that has been affecting us for a long time. That is so sad. And so how about you?
Another thing that I do not miss, okay, many roads in Uganda are not in very good conditions. Personally,
so it takes you twice the time to get to your destination.
Yes, and then also being crunched up in a taxi and squeezed in a to pay even extra money. And yet you're seated like, 4 people in a spot that should be of 3 or 2 people.
And so you've taken that taxi ride from Lira to that taxi ride.
And because you're small, they will squish you like
the woman was told to come and sit, and I had to like sit on my one side.
The whole time.
And they'll even put the chicken underneath.
Then the chicken will be
cook on you.
Oh dear. But it's quite an experience anyway. But I don't miss it. It's
you don't
good,
miss
but
that.
I don't miss that.
Yeah, sometimes that road from Lira to Gulu, you're thinking that you will grow sick on the way. You'll get pneumonia halfway because of the.
Have you seen kids throw up in a taxi eating too much? God. That is another whole conversation.
That's another thing.
Yeah. And for me, something else that I think I don't miss so much is people giving you unsolicited advice, and it gets too much. It's like I didn't ask for that, but okay.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. And people getting too personal, like they're overstepping and giving you crazy ideas, and you listen, you're like, okay, I've just had that, so can you? Okay, well, I had that, and I'm not gonna do it.
Which advice did they give you that one?
For example, people will tell you things like, this is how you should do it, or you're married now, you shouldn't be on TikTok, or you're married now, you shouldn't be doing this, or it's like, I know, but calm down, because people will give you advice, and I don't know if it comes from a good place or it comes from their misery, but sometimes it's too much. It's like way too much, like they're overstepping. They tell you,
so many photos
don't,
Facebook.
Don't do this, or you think everybody's happy for you, right? I know not everybody likes me, but you don't have to remind me 10 times in a day. And then they'll tell you things like, this is how you're going to behave now that you're married. This is how you're going to... No, there's no rule. Just leave me alone. Yeah. But sometimes that can get to you, and some of the advice I can't even say because it's too much. It's like too personal. So if you're the type that is watching and you like to give advice that is not requested, sometimes either maybe say it once if you want, but don't overdo it. You can suggest in a nice way and say, oh, I don't like that red sweater. You wore it 3 times in one video. Then, but what if it's the only sweater that I actually have? Well, if it's the only sweater I own, how am I going to feel? You know, before you say something, think about it.
In a row.
Yeah, like you've just had that, so can you change it?
Oh, I don't like your hair. You should have done this instead.
Especially if you do this crazy hairstyles. Oh, don't do that.
When you wear this lipstick, it's not nice on you.
It's not nice on you. Oh, that jumpsuit. Ah, that one. It's not even yours.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ask for any advice. So sometimes I think that's what I mostly don't miss. Although I would need advice.
Yeah.
And some of those
Genuine
questions,
advice.
they help. But sometimes I think you think about what you're going to tell somebody. Are you breaking that person down or are you building them? I guess that's my point. So we are not saying stop giving us advice. We need it. But are you saying it to build me or are you saying it because you feel a certain way about me? Or something I don't miss too is the cockroaches. Those cockroaches, the tiny ones, they get into your food and you have literally nothing to do because you can't poison your own food and you're like, get out of my house, and they won't listen to. But also mosquitoes, they can bite you and you get so many spots on your face and your arm. Did you get mosquitoes in Gulu so much?
Yeah, I even got malaria while I was there.
You did.
Yeah.
You need to take those malarias regularly. You get sick of them?
Yeah.
Mike stopped taking them too. He was like, I'm not gonna take
Not from
the
here.
pill so much. But yeah, so we don't want to take so much of your time. If you've been tuned into the end, we appreciate. Thank you so much. And we're gonna bring you more and more of these amazing nice videos just to chit chat, catch up with you guys. So thank you again for watching. We'll see you in the next. Ciao.
Bye bye.